My hair is still a mess. So I broke out my T4i to use for vlogging today because I was using my phone, which is fine, which is great because it's, you know, it's always on me and I don't have to think about it. And also that mount I have in the car is, you know, specifically set for it, which is nice. But I've been noticing like some little tiny things, like whenever I use the front face camera, the sync in Premiere eventually starts to fall off, and I don't know why. And I also had rendering issues last night trying to get day 7 up, so that's why I didn't go up until earlier this morning today. So I think I might try my DSLR for a little while, see if I can vlog with it. It's not as portable. I mean, it's a portable camera, obviously, but it's like I kind of like that my iPhone I can just throw in my pocket, like, you know, and I don't have to think about it. And then if something interesting is going on, I'll be like, oh, just so I think maybe for like longer segments, I might do this, and then if it's something where I'm out and about, I might just use my phone real quick. But anyway, so today is day 8. We are a full week into Vlogmas. I have been working from home today. I've been working on some editing, like you do, and I'm going through some more footage right now, and I think I'm gonna take a break and run to the store, maybe to get some food. I did mention yesterday about doing a recipe from the Disney cookbook I found, which is this. Delicious Disney. Yeah, I got this a couple years ago when we went to Disney World, but the one I was thinking of doing is the shrimp and prosciutto penne pasta, which looks really good. I think I didn't do this with prosciutto. I think I just did the shrimp and the penne. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and double check all the ingredients. And I mean, I definitely need to get shrimp. I definitely need to get pasta. A handful of these other ones I think we already have. So anyway, gonna make a list and head off to the store. Okay, so hey, so I'm back from the store and I got all the ingredients and I'm gonna start prepping them to cook. And so I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod that's back here and hopefully do a time lapse. So I'm not quite ready to put the pasta in yet because I actually have some other steps to do, and so I don't want to get the pasta ready before I get the rest of it. So I'm gonna work on all the other things right now, and then I will worry about the pasta. So I'm going through prepping the different ingredients, and I think I'm gonna be probably a little more liberal than this recipe calls for, because it says it's supposed to serve 4 people, but it's like there's the really tiny portions you know, go into this thing. Like for instance, you're supposed to put in a 1/4 of a cup of diced tomatoes, and so I got some plum tomatoes and I'm cutting them up right now, and this, like, I cut them up and this is a 1/4 of a cup, like, according to that anyway, and it's like half of a tomato. Like, what? I'd imagine that's like enough for the portion for like 1 person, unless the portions are supposed to be really small. I don't know. So I think because it's just gonna be dinner for me and John, like, I think I will just have at it. I mean, I got like 3 tomatoes, and you're telling me like a 1/4 of a cup is only half of 1 plum tomato. Like, I'd say like a tomato for each of us at minimum, so that's a cup, you know, in total. So yeah, I mean, I have some notes here, like I wrote notes to myself. I should have added that. Like, I don't know what I did in the past. So anyway, I'm actually, because I mean, I don't know what else I'd use this tomato for anyway, so I probably should just go ahead and just cut the whole thing up and put it in. Oh, I stuck my fingers in it. It's so gross. Ugh. Leftover shrimp, blah. Alright, so I got the shrimp done. Look at it. Ooh, they're all squishy. So I'm gonna prep the rest of the ingredients. I'm gonna put the water back on for the pasta so that we can start cooking that, and then once that's ready, basically it's like starts to be like a bit of a rapid fire, throw stuff in a skillet, and that's like about a 3-minute like cooking process. So it sounds like once the pasta's ready, everything else will be ready in the next 5 minutes. So I want to make sure I have all my ingredients prepared before I start doing that, because otherwise I'm going to be like, ah. No. All right, timer's running. Get ready. Yay! It's the happiest wine opener ever. I got 8 minutes till the pasta's done. All right, warm olive oil, add the garlic, shrimp, prosciutto. Oh, I gotta chop the prosciutto. instead of half cup. Might honestly just put in more, cause like I don't really cook fancy. I don't really use prosciutto unless something specifically calls for it. So I might as well just use it. All right, so how do you cut this? So I just cut one slice, and let's see. I think I'm probably gonna need like 3 total. Honestly, just might do the whole thing. I mean, I'm not gonna use it for anything else. I mean, let's be honest here. When I'm not cooking, like, we're either eating frozen stuff or we're getting takeout. And when I say cooking, I usually mean like the ability to make macaroni. We are not fancy gourmet. So that's 2 slices. So here's 3. All right, let's do 4. You know, I did 3 slices and that's not quite enough. Should I just do the rest of it? Because there's only like 3 other slices left. You know what? Executive decision. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the rest of it. Because knowing us, it's just gonna sit in the fridge until either I make this recipe again, which will not be immediately, or it goes bad. So in the interest of, you know, not wasting food, and also in the interest of all the portions in this seem to be small, except for maybe the shrimp and the pasta. We're gonna use the rest of the prosciutto. If it makes it taste bad, oh well. I will take that blame. If it's otherwise fine, then we've succeeded. Maybe for future reference, maybe 4.5 slices is a half cup. This knife is so sharp and the prosciutto is just so thin to begin with that every cut is just like butter. Let's turn this on. All right, first up is the garlic and the prosciutto and the shrimp. Here's the finished product here. Apparently you were supposed to garnish it with the tomato and basil, so I held off on the basil and I just threw the tomatoes straight in because I figured why not. So yeah, we're gonna try it. I don't know, here, there. I'm garnishing it. See if that's any good. I think it came out pretty well. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Do you want to be in my vlog? Yeah, so I think it came out pretty well. A couple things I might change for next time. Definitely cut more tomatoes, put those in. Maybe a little less pasta. The recipe says for a pound of pasta. I'd say maybe like you could get away with 3/4 maybe? The good thing is that a pound is an entire box, so an entire 16 ounces, but I don't think you need that much. I think you could probably do a little less, especially when you put everything back in the skillet because it's a lot of room and it's hard to stir. So I'd say maybe less pasta and more shrimp because shrimp is delicious. So we also got an order of Kukuruza popcorn now. This is tuxedo. It is very good. And they also gave us Seattle style. As a free gift. Oh, it's espresso. Okay, espresso flavored. And then of course, because Seahawks, I got Beast Cord. Is the dish. And then they sent me this little note, I guess. We've ordered from them a couple times. I wonder if they're like, oh, it's those Maryland people. So we finished dinner. It was really good. And we actually had enough left over that we made 2 little Tupperware bits. And so we're gonna eat these lunch. One is lunch for me and one is lunch for John. Yeah, I was a little worried about how that would come out, but I'm glad it came out okay. So yeah, I feel like that was pretty good. Oh, battery's running low. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. And thanks for watching. Talk to you guys tomorrow.